Okay. Okay. All right, Vic, are you there? Can you hear me all right?
Can you hear
Vic,
me?
can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sound good.
Is it clear? Is it Bell? All right. Okay.
Clear as
It's
a
all
bell.
yours here. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, we'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, good. Good to see people
Well,
piling in for
I'm
sure.
coming
Yep.
in. So welcome everybody. I am going to kick this off in a minute or two. My name's Vic Link. I'm a longtime follower and admirer of this teacher that some of you are going to hear for the first time. I know some of you are brand new here. So as you come in and pile in, I want you to go down to chat so you can say hi. And especially if you're a first timer and you have never joined a live stream like this, go on in and just chat and tell us where you're from. And if this is a first time, make sure that your settings, because we do like to chat here, we engage a lot and it keeps it a lot more fun than people just sitting there watching and going to sleep. So tell us where you're from and I'll wait and just see if people are hearing me and responding. So I'm going to say hi in here myself. Oh, good. We got Marva from Wisconsin. This is your second time, I think. Yeah, good. Come back for a repeat. And as you're coming in, I'm going to say this. If you've been somebody that's been here a few times, grab your notebook because you tend to retain better when you're writing key concepts down. Otherwise, they tend to float away. It will keep you focused. I know this because Kim told me. And, since she's got more degrees than I do, I figured I'd listen to her. So pop in, tell me where you're from, grab your notebook, grab some water so you stay hydrated, and get ready to answer a few questions that I'm going to put out. And I will want you all to answer these so we can see where you're at. So here's the first question I want to know. How long? Hey, Dorothy, I think this is your second time, isn't it? No, it's your first time. I want you to go ahead and put your settings to everyone because you're on host and panelists. So we make sure everybody could see where you're from and all that. From Florida, St. Peter, whatever, first timer. So pop in there and answer these three questions. Here's the first one. Marva, since you're here first, you answer it. How long have you been in this industry, either network marketing or something where you're on your own, so to speak, coaching, whatever you're doing, and you're standing alone as an entrepreneur trying to make this work? How long have you been in the business? If you're in network marketing, the history of it. 10 years, 20 years, 6 months, and I'm not talking how many companies, just overall. And I want to see who's been here the longest. Victoria, good to have you. 30 years. Oh, goodness, you and I about tie. 30 years. Anybody longer than that? And Victoria, put your settings to everyone. You've got it on host. And we got a one in 15 years in coaching and 1 year in MLM. Okay, cool. Marva, that's really good to know that. Okay, anybody else? How long in the industry? Reveal, reveal. And sometimes people come in and they go, well, I'm inactive. I'm not doing anything. Doesn't matter. Just put inactive, but overall, historically, I was in it for 5 years and then I retired. Whatever. Dorothy, 2 years. Okay, good. That's the first one. Let's see who else is popping in. And the second question, how much time right now are you investing in that business? And I know, Marva, since you're in coaching, I don't know if that's full time, whatever. Tell me how much time you invest per week currently. And for you, Victoria, go down to the chat box where it says two, click that little arrow, and you can have a choice of how you want the settings, and you click it to everyone. That's how you do it. Okay. So, second question, pop in. How long have you been going at it? Excuse me, how much time per week is what I want to ask. Are you putting in? And if it's zero, I'm in this business, but I'm really not doing it. You can put that too. Nobody's going to shame you here. We just want to know where you're at. If it's 2 hours a week, 1 hour, if you're lucky, 5 to 6 hours, Dorothy, that's good. She's putting what she's got currently going on. Who else? Victoria, how much for you? Marva, how much for you? Let's everybody put it in there. And then the third thing is, given where you are right now, how much time you're investing. Marva, about 20 hours combining between the two. Okay, that's fair. Victoria, 22. And given where you are, let's say that each of you bump it to 10 hours. Your goal to recharge or reignite or re-energize your business based on what you're going to hear today. If you bumped it to 10, or those of you that are 20, maybe you bumped it to 30 or 25. Given where you want to be in a reality zone next year, which we're just a day or so from, by the end of December, where would you like to be per month? So if you're making 500 right now in your thing and you're spending 5 or 6 hours, like you're saying, Dorothy, where would you like to be by the end of the year if you bump it up a bit? 10. Victoria, 8,000 per month. Everybody put your own personal goal here, and given let's imagine that we're all bumping to at least 10 hours. That would be a good baseline, because less than that, you're really not gonna, who knows, you're not gonna really get there. The focus tends to be quite weak without at least about a 10-hour commitment. So 10 hours, Dorothy, bump it up because you're at 5 or 6. Okay. And if you could do that and are willing to do that and are going to committed to do that, where would you like to be per month? Marva, I know you got the combo coaching, so 10K to bump up. Everybody else, put your reveal in there, and then we'll pretty much get the show rolling in just a minute, just so we see where you're all at and how many of you would like to re-energize or recharge or do something different. You don't want to go back and repeat 2023. Maybe some of you did great, but if you'd like to bump it up and do something a little bit different, this is all about re-energizing and doing something, let's say within 45 days. So within 45 days, wouldn't you like to see something really make a change somewhere that actually is working? By the end of 2024, oh, you got it, Victoria, you got your settings right, 18K per month based on where you're at now. Okay. Well, I think we're about ready to rock and roll. So anybody else that wants to answer those questions that's just coming in, the first question, how long have you been in the industry historically? And I don't want to know how many companies, don't tell that, just how many years or how many months. And how much time are you spending per week on your thing right now? And third, given where you are, if you can bump it to at least 10, if you're, as one of them was saying, they were at 5 or 6, now they're going to bump it to 10. Where would you like to be per month based on where you are right now by the end of the year? Given that you implement and be a doer. So Kim, we're about ready for you if you're ready.
I'm totally ready. Yep.
Cool.
Let me get the. All right, hang on one second. I'm coming. Can you see my
I can see your little image.
Ooh, hang on.
And Victoria says in 45 days she wants to bump it 2,000 because she's got something going on right now. That's good. Sharon just coming in. Good. Thanks for your answers. 3 years historically you've been in. You're at $200 a month now, and you want to be at 5K per month by the end of the year. Tell me how much time you're investing weekly. That's what we want to know right now, currently. Thanks for the input. There she is.
Okay, can you see okay? Can everybody?
That's really good. Buyers. First image up, yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Make sure that. All right. Good. Let me see here. Get my image cooking. Let's see. Make sure that's. We got it?
There you are. I see you.
All right. Good. Yeah, that's good. Well, welcome to the group and welcome for coming. And I know it's the end of the year, but I'll tell you, this is Kim Claver, and that's Vic, my partner in crime here. And just so you know, a lot of people take time off, and of course you want to take time off. But one of the best times of the year for business, particularly a business like ours, where people are starting and they want something of their own, they've had a rough year. You know, I don't know about you, but how many of you would say, would you had a good year or pretty much a difficult, tricky year? What would you say? Tell me in the chat. A good year or a tricky year? Good year could be better, huh? Oh, 30 years. Wowee, Victoria, that's like really good. Tricky year, right?
Tricky
And
year.
I don't think the surroundings, what's going on in the world is making it any easier for any of us. In fact, if anything, I would say probably more than ever in the years that I've been around and functioning, kind of paying attention to news, to politics, to people that are doing things that are making things better. It's probably the time I would most want to know that I have an income that I can count on of my own, doing something that I know how to do or am getting good at doing or want to be good at doing, where people are paying me directly. How many people here feel like that? That's what you want to set up for that. And you know that, and I'll just tell you right now, since I've taught for a long time, and I've done this kind of business for a long time, and we make all kinds of blunders. And just so you know, you think, oh, you've been around so long, you must be so good, you're perfect. I just, in the last half an hour, screwed up one of my major Canva accounts and lost all the design that were uploaded in there, and there are hundreds of them, right? So there's always a way to screw something up when you're trying to do too much. And so one of the things I would suggest to you is that when you decide that 2024 is going to be different, there's really one big thing that you want to focus on changing from 2023. And I'm going to give you the word. I mean, this is not part of the thing. I'm just thinking about you now as I see you here, It's kind of like, if there was one thing that you could do that is in your control, hard to do. It's not going on a diet. Don't worry about that. Not giving up drinking. Don't worry about that. None of that. But if there's one thing you could do, it would be to focus. Focus on one main thing in terms of how you're going to make your income. Let me put that in the chat. Let me see for you guys. Write in the chat focus, because that, as far as I know, is the only way that you can make sure that your 2024 will not be tricky like 2023. Do you dare to focus on one major thing? And one of them is how to market whatever you've got, be it coaching, network marketing, what have you, okay? Who's got it? Focus, focus, focus. All right? Okay, so I'll show you what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you some things, and like one of the men said yesterday, he said to me, I have been to hundreds of webinars. I've been a marketing person for, 30 years? Mm-hmm. And he said, I have never seen anything like what you have taught before, ever. Never saw anything even a little bit like what you do and what we're proposing here for what he was, same thing, he was marketing. It doesn't matter if you have a coaching business or a network marketing business or an affiliate business. In the bottom line is there's certain things we have to do to make the year work. And one of them is focus. Okay, so you want to do that. So I want to show you how to get buyers and how to enroll 8 out of 10 people who would like to learn how to do that. Let me see. Let's see if you're awake. Yep. Focusing on your business. 8 out of 10. All right, so here we go. There are 3 things to do this. Now remember, it's all going to be very different from what you probably heard before. So, but we make it work, and without most of the frustration that a lot of other people have. So here's the first thing. We had to learn to ask for the ones that we wanted. In the beginning, when I first heard about this business almost 30 years ago, they said, oh, anyone can do this. Just get anyone who can fog a mirror. Ask everyone why, because everybody wants health and wealth. It's like, okay. I was in the commercial real estate business, so we surely did not recruit like that. Our leasing agents, I'll tell you that. But that's what they said. And I thought, well, okay, it's a new business. Maybe I'd look into it. And from the first time that I ran an ad the way they said, I'm going to show you the ad here, and the horrible results that we got. And what we changed in the ad, which was the focus of the ad, and how that completely changed the next 6, 7 businesses that we built over 30 years. I want to show you what that is. And the bottom line is we had to learn for the people, to ask for the people that we were looking for. That's the concept, the first concept that we had. You got that? So we're not talking to everyone and anyone, any nitwit can do this. All you have to do is blah, blah, blah. Oh, how many of you for sure are looking to make 4,000 to 5,000 a month at least? during the 2024 year, maybe by June, July, September, August, September, more than you're making right now. And you will commit 10 hours per week. Yeah, you can do all of this, but you don't sit and pray at night and say, oh my God, and then not change anything that you do or think. You realize you're going to have to change some things that you're doing, right? We have that. To get different results, we got to change what we do. And it's not that it's hard, it's just you have to focus, see? You have to focus. So I'm going to give you number one, the first story, how we do this, how we get 8 out of 10 and bring people in. The 2-ad story. The first company I ever did was the water filter company. It used to be called NSA. They're now Juice Plus. Some of you know them as Juice Plus. But at that time, they didn't have that product. They had just water and air filtration. And so I was in commercial real estate, and we were doing, very nice, big, fat business in the commercial leasing and purchasing of buildings all around the financial district. That was our thing. And I had run ads, gotten a bunch of good agents to work with me. I was the broker, they were the agents. So I understood the model of, recruiting, finding people, recruiting people, training people, and getting a percent of what they do because I trained them, right? So I'm there looking. Oh, yes, absolutely. No, we have it. So first of all, when I decided to sign up for the water filter business, I did it because I saw a little water filter at a Taekwondo event. And I've always been into sports and martial arts and tennis and things like that. So I saw this and I thought, oh, let me taste the water, because I had in my backpack 3 or 4 bottles of bottled water. I carried it everywhere. I would never drink the caca out of anybody's faucet, not my own faucet, not anybody's faucet, anywhere, ever, not out of drinking fountains. No, 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 no. I was like a complete extremist, only bottled water. So I tried that. And I, oh, that's pretty good. And so I wouldn't have to carry all these bottles. So I thought, okay, so how do you get one? And he said, well, I sell them. I said, great. So give me one and tell me how to sell them, because I have people, I bet, that would like that. So I ended up getting into the business. That's how it started. I loved what the product did, and it saved me the having to lug or hire boys to lug, which is what I did when we went shopping. I would send them to the Whole Foods or whatever there was to buy these big 6-packs of water, these big gallons, and lug them up to my little penthouse in San Francisco. It was 4 flights, and I wanted to, I don't think there was even an elevator in the building. I used to choose those buildings because that way I know I would get enough exercise walking up and down the stairs, right? So they said, okay, so why don't you run the ads? I said, okay. So here's what I did. I ran ads in the same newspapers that I had run my real estate ads. And here was the ad. You don't need to take this down because this is what you do not want to do, okay? The ad said, making 10,000 per month, need help, no experience necessary, will train, health field. Okay, now how many of you are looking at that going, well, that sounds pretty good. Making 10,000 per month, need help, no experience, will train, health field. I mean, that sounds like, hey, good, I could do that, right? So about in the next 6 weeks or so, about 28 people came in. We contacted people and they bought a $5,000 order of water filters. That's what the packages were. They had, like 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. And I had started with 5. So I told them, that's what I did. Do whatever you can swing, because you're buying wholesale. Remember, businesses in part buying stuff wholesale. If you buy from other people and then you resell, you can do that. That's one of the things, one of the business models. And for each of those, they paid me about $1,200. So we had about 28, 24. So we made, I don't know, $35,000, right? So that's a win. I would say that's a win, wouldn't you? What do you say? Yes? Are you with me? So far, so good?
So far, so good.
I'll see if anybody's still awake. Otherwise, we're leaving. 6 weeks later, 22 of the 28 had quit. And nobody asked for a refund, so we didn't have any issues around that. But what happened is these people all said, oh, I want to make what you made. Somebody, it was not me, because I'm way too shy to do that, but somebody told them, oh, Kim made $36,000 in 6 weeks. And our people heard this, people that I had recruited, and they said, oh, we want to learn how to do that. So why don't you give us a little training? So, okay, great. So I spent 2 weeks preparing this training to show them what I had done, the ads, how to bring people in, the conversations, yada, yada, yada. And sure enough, On the day of the training, 6 or 7 of them showed up. That's it. All the rest of us gone. Like, what happened to you guys? And that was all I could think of, is like, what? So I asked my sponsor, I said, because she was quite a big cheese, I think the number 2 cheese in the company. So, hey, is there something I'm missing here? Because if I had a meeting on how to market and sell in my real estate office, every person would be there and early. I used to teach at the university. We had the biggest classes ever. People were always crowding in. We never had an empty room. It's like, what? What's this? Right. And she says, oh, Kim, that's most everybody quits in this industry. That's what she said. And I thought, well, I want to quit too. Why would anybody start in a business where most people quit? Right? And most people quit everything. I hear that. Some of you are thinking that, well, Kim, don't they quit everything? They do. But that doesn't mean I'm going to quit just because they quit. Look at Elon Musk. Everybody quit. Nobody even thought you could make reusable rockets. And they all laughed at him months and months and months. And every time he tried one and it blew up, they would all be really happy because, see, you can't do it. See, you can't do it. Because why? In their hearts, they're scared, thinking, God, we've had the Apollo program since what, 1960 something, 65, since President Kennedy, right? And we haven't ever thought about reusable rockets because we use the taxpayers' money. What do we care? We just blow it all up and do it again, right? And one day his rocket goes up and stays up. And now they all hate him because he did something that they were sure couldn't be done. And he is now making money hand over fist with that SpaceX company. I think last year they just announced they sent up 96 flights with all kinds of so-called payloads. His Starlink, the little thing for the internet that they have, all kinds of payloads from everybody who pay him millions of dollars to put anything in that rocket and put it up out there into space. That's what they're doing now. The government, the whole world is dependent on him. So, so what if people quit? We don't have to. That's not a good club to join unless you hate it. But then she says, okay. So I told her I want to quit too. If you know that about the business and everybody quits, I don't want to do it. And she says, well, how about you have all these real estate agents? So why don't you just run the ads that you ran to get them and see what happens before you quit? So I thought, all right, I'll do that. Try your real estate ads, because remember, none of my people had quit in real estate and almost everybody had quit in the water filter distributor business, right? So I ran an ad in the real estate, my real estate ad. I modeled it, my network marketing ad, the water filter ad, against my real estate ad. So let me show you the real estate ad. Remember the first ad, the first one I got. Need help making $10,000 per month, no experience necessary, will train. Remember? Oh, so what happened here? So what we had here is my real estate ad said, wanted top commercial leasing agent. Notice, singular. And what else do you notice about this description? Does it ask for anyone? Let me see in the group here who sees what's unique about this. Anybody? Top? What else? Skilled?
Experience.
Experience?
Skilled.
And anything else? How do they identify themselves? If somebody responds to this, how are they identifying themselves? They are a top producer, the best. Don't you want people like that coming into your business who identify already because of the way you call them that they're the top of the heap? Tell me yes or no. Who would not want to do that? Then the next part, must know and love every block of the San Francisco, Philadelphia, New York, Los Angeles, Dallas area, the financial district. See, I didn't say I want the best. I said I want a top commercial leasing agent. Why? So that they would identify and say to themselves, I am that person. You don't ask for the best. You write it in such a way that the best say, that's me. You see how that works? How many of you'd like to learn how to do that? Yeah, that's the skill. You see, you could say, I want self-motivated people, but nobody comes, because those of us who are self-motivated know that means you're lazy. We don't want to be self-motivated and make you money. No, no, no. You want to ask for a different thing so that the person who is self-motivated goes, I'd like to find out what that is. Yeah. You must be comfortable showing national clients around the city. What does that say about the person who I'm asking for? Can you see here? For those of you that are tuned in, if a person is comfortable showing national clients around the city, yes, confident. That's the bottom line. Don't you want confident people in your business? Certainly in the beginning, so you can make some money before you start, listening to all the whinies. Articulate, yes. Daring. What else? What else? Yeah. It really matters how you phrase who you want. One, because you got to know who that is first, okay? And then I said fax your resume, because in those days we had a fax machine, okay? So what did number 1 ad offer? Making 10,000 a month, yes, good with communications. Making 10,000 a month, need help, no experience, will train, health field. What are they basically offering? What is the offer? Who is the target? Is it somebody special or is it just anyone? What do you think? Somebody special or just anyone? Easy money. Who else? Anyone. Who else? So we offer the moon and ask for nothing back. Can you see why so many people quit after a week? Because there was no moon? Okay. And what did it offer? Who did it ask for? Offer a lot of money for anyone who can fog a mirror. That's basically what that is. Okay. Who did ad number 2 ask for in our real estate business? Wanted top commercial leasing agent. Somebody who identifies as a top producer. That's what we wanted. Why? Because it would go fast. And they did. We built it. I mean, we had half the downtown area covered in 6 months. And that's why. Highly skilled. Yeah. These are not people that are born talented. They have built up skills and we wanted them first. Why? So we could go fast. If you're recruiting for say you want to have the softball team and you want to be the number 1 team in your city, are you going to recruit people that are ballerinas or people that are children or people that have really never done it before? Or are you going to say, listen, we want to be the number 1 dominant team. So if you are experienced and you know how to play, come for tryouts. Isn't that a very different thing that don't you want? If you want to have the team to beat the pants off everybody else in town, don't you want the highly skilled people who love the game? Yes or no? Let me see yes or no. Is that who you want? Or do you want just, anybody? A lot of people say, well, Kim, don't you like beginners? We do like beginners. But for the first varsity team, if you want to make money fast, going with beginners who've never done it before is your ticket to getting rich really slowly and very painfully, because they're always asking, well, I don't know how to talk to my aunt. Well, and anyway, she said no. And anyway, and you get a lot of whinies. And if you want a business of whinies, you should go into psychiatry. You get paid to do it. Are you with me? What did ad number 2 offer? Comfortable showing national clients around. For people that have confidence like me, I would want to show national clients around. Why do I want a mom and pop business who can barely pay the rent? Give me a Metropolitan Life. Yeah, give me a Tesla. Let me find spaces for companies that have money and can pay for 10 years in advance. You see that? So these are the ways you want to send resume. So the question I have for you for this first little lesson that we learned is, who are you asking for when you're recruiting? Are you saying, oh man, there's like full-time income for part-time work for anybody? Because then who will you get? Remember? Ask and you shall receive. I hate to break it to you, but if you ask for people who want something for nothing, you will get them. Who has recruited people and they quit after a month or two saying, yeah, this doesn't work? Anybody? Has anybody done that? And so you have to ask, what can you do to reduce the numbers of those people? Because that's what you want, right? Get more of the good ones. Anyone versus someone who sees himself as a top producer, a skilled producer, a 10-year veteran of network marketing. That's what you want. Okay, that's number one. So over the last 20 years, we have learned how to ask for people in any business that we have been working on, because we ask for people who already think that they're the ones we're looking for. Do you see that? If I say I want a top commercial leasing agent, if I saw such an ad, and if I were in the real estate business, if I didn't have my own company, I'd apply immediately. In fact, I'd find out where they are and say, I'm it. Hire me. What you got? Let me see your client list and I'm ready to go. Because I am top producer. There's nobody I wouldn't talk to. I know where everything is. I know all the hidden properties. I know all the unlisted stuff. So we can get direct commission agreements with the owner. So what have you got? Let me see how good you are and see if I even want to work with you. That's how I'd walk in the door. Why? Because I know I'm good, see, at that. I really know how to do that. And so you want to put words out so that the kinds of people who respond, be it the product or the business, have that kind of an attitude. And they're out there. There aren't many. Remember, Jesus only had 12. And now look, he's doing all right. Plus the frontline pukey. Are you with me? All right. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Thing two, what's the second thing? You need to know how the money works. A lot of folks, oh, great, thank you. A lot of folks don't know how the money works. And let me ask you, what have they told you? What are you supposed to do to make money? Let me see in the, thank you. Let me see in the group here. Give me a couple of words. What do they tell you to do? You have to make money. To make money, here's what you have to do. What do they tell you? Let me see.
Duplicate.
Okay. You have to tell me what that means too. What else?
Sign folks up.
Okay. What else do they tell you? Oh, Marva, awesome. They go to the gym. Right. What else did they tell you? Just think about when you signed up and you said, okay, what do I do now to make all this money? What did they tell you? Go to the gym, sign folks up. What else? Duplicate. Yep. Anything else?
Invite 3 people daily.
Right. Good. Yeah. For those of you that aren't in the chat, hop in the chat so we can see what you have to, let's see what you have to say. Invite 3 people daily. How about talk to people? Does anybody tell you that? Talk to people.
Mm-hmm. Follow up and talk.
Right. So what do you have to do to make money? Yeah, these are the kinds of things.
Build a relationship.
Oh, that is really,
yeah.
That's so old and it's so sick. Let me ask you this. If you talk to 50 people today, let's say you did, how much money did you make? How much money did you make? You talked to 50 people today. How much did you make? And let's say that you put, say you put dots on 3 people today. How much did you make doing that? How much did you earn?
Zero.
Yep. And then you may not have even earned anything, even if you sign them up, if they only buy that little 20 thing or $20 thing or whatever they've got. Nothing. It's basically nothing. Talk to people, do 3-way calls, go door to door, run ads, go to Instagram, write content on Facebook, call all friends that you have in the world. You could do that all day long. And how much would you be guaranteed to make? What do we have after any activity? You name it, and I'll ask you, how much money will you have earned? Dorothy's got it, and Marva's got it. Nada. There's one thing you got to do to make money. Bring in buyers. Type in the chat, buyers, B-U-Y-E-R-S. Without buyers, you have nothing. You've got to bring in buyers. Bring them in, not look at them, not chat with them. Bring them in. So they hand over their credit card put it in the machine or whatever they're doing, and it's connected to you, and they buy the product. Now, there are two kinds of buyers, lest you think I don't know or might have forgotten. Product buyers, people who buy the stuff. Could be dots, it could be hair shampoo, it could be skin stuff, it could be energy stuff. It could be buying a coaching program, a life-changing program. It could be, they're buying a product. In addition, in our business, we have people who buy often more, like to buy a wholesale package. They buy and they're called reps or distributors or brand partners sometimes. And they buy in part to get more wholesale, so they get it for less, but also because they want to bring in other buyers. Okay, so the whole game is about buyers, whether they are product buyers and buy every single month, or whether they are buyers who buy a wholesale package, which of course the regular customers can do too. But these reps here are ones who say they want to bring in other buyers as well. Are we good there? Everybody see how that works? All right, cool. So here's how our business works. If you're network marketing or affiliate marketing, or if you have your own coaching program, because we have one of those, we have a program that's fairly high figure, which we're not talking about that today. But we market both high ticket, $15,000 programs, as well as $27 programs, as well as we've been building network marketing companies for 29 years. A lot of them go out of business. And sometimes we just decide, the heck, we don't like what the policies are. So we build different ones. And most of the time, every 3 or 4 years, we'll build one just to make sure that we know how to do online, how to do Instagram, how to do Facebook. In fact, remind me at the end, I'll tell you something fun that we're going to put in this program that I'm offering at the end. So you find the buyers, however you do that. You can talk to people, you can do posting, you can do Instagram, you can do calling people, you can run ads, you can go to events, health fairs, all that kind of stuff. None of those things guarantee you any buyers, but they increase the chances that you'll find one. But the money is made when you bring in the buyers. Just make sure that you get that, not talking to people. Okay, so you find the buyers and they hand over the money, usually online, right? That's what they'll do. And then after that, what happens? Well, the money goes not to you unless it's your own coaching program. What happens? The money goes to your company. Might go to LifeWave, Nu Skin, Amway, whatever your company is. And then they give you a percent, 5 to 50%, depending if it's a one-time deal or if it's a monthly. Okay, you see how that works? And if you have your own business, you find the buyers, they hand over the money to your company or you, if you're selling your own product. Are we good? Everybody see how that works? Tell me yes. Just say one more lesson and we're set to go. Are we ready? Clear? This is clear as a bell to everybody? Good, good. So that is the business model of network or affiliate marketing. That's how the model works, okay? You find the buyers for their products. That's the deal. So when they tell you the product sells itself, some of you have heard that. Oh, the product sells itself. I've always wondered, though, what do you need us for? Why are you asking for us? If the product sells itself, why do they need a sales force, a bunch of marketers called network marketers? Why do they need us if it sells itself? Does the product sell itself? Tell me yes or no. What do you think? Does it sell itself? Yes or no? Yeah, otherwise, what do they need us for? So that's just, when people mislead you like that, people don't have to mislead me too often. Once is maybe, okay, right, I misunderstood. But when you continually get that, you know that they're giving you partial information because the rest of it is something that we don't want to hear, which is that it might require some skilling up, right? But being skilled is orgasmic. Because once you know how to do it, people respect that you know how to do it and they come to you. That's really the story. Okay. They pay you a percent. I showed you in the images how to do that. Now, how do you bring in the buyers? That's what everybody wants to know. How do you do that? You're going to remember the first lesson we learned. We have to ask for someone we know is likely to be the one, whether it's for the product or the business. Remember that with the add 1 and add 2. Number 2, you need to know how the money works, right? That you have people who are going to be customers and people who are going to be customers who also are going to market, so distributors. And then the third thing you need to know is the golden rule of how business really works. And this is the part I think that they have left out entirely for the whole industry of network marketing. Why? I have no idea. But it's probably because, in the 1950s, when they were really starting this type of marketing, they would say stuff like, say, take Sharon. Sharon would go, hey, Dorothy, yeah, I'd say you live in the same town. Say you live in, I don't know, Cincinnati, Ohio or something. And you go, I like this earth-friendly cleaning that I got. It's called, I don't know, Basic H, let's say. And, I know that you're into saving the planet and recycling and all that. So anyway, so I have this, and I'm saying that I notice that you're using Tide or Cheer, some other thing that's probably not very earth-friendly. And if you want to get this, so this earth-friendly, like I do, they will, and you buy it, and they know that I referred you, they will give me, if I get 4 of you girls to do this, they'll give me mine free. That's what they'll do. And then if you like it, I will help you get 4 of our remaining friends to buy that, if they are in agreement that it's like we want earth-friendly cleaner that works, so that you get yours free. And so we all get ours on the house if we bring in 4 or 5 people who also buy the product. Okay, so with that model of network marketing, that was really designed, the goal was to share something that you believed in, where you had the same values, like earth-friendly, right, versus toxic. And you were getting, what was your reward? Your product was free, a box of Basic H or a box of whatever it was called. That might be $15. Now, do you think that's a different type of business than somebody who says, I want to market a product like this and make $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month? Do you think that that's the way you can do it, is talk to 5 friends and see if they'll buy the product? Yes or no? You see? Right. And they haven't changed the model a bit, right? They haven't changed the model a bit from 50 years ago. And now they're offering here 10, 20,000 a month, and talk to your 5 friends. That's the question. So here's the golden rule of business. If you want to make a business where you're making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 or more per month and have an alternative to the job, this is the golden rule. See if you buy into this, because if you don't, you'll have a really hard time in business, because you won't be able to bring people in. A business exists to solve problems that people will pay for. Richard Branson said that. Who agrees that a business exists to solve problems that people will pay for? Does anybody disagree with that? Anybody disagree? What say you? We all on the same page?
Yep. Everybody says yes, agree.
I'll just think, I kind of tricked you into this. You're all saying yes. If you know that your business exists to solve a problem that people will pay for, what is it that you need to know that you do that they never teach you in your network marketing classes? What does this say you need to do, that you need to know to do? Anybody? A business exists. If your business exists to solve problems people will pay for, what do you need to be able to put out there that they pay for? What? Come on, you guys. Sharon, Dorothy, Victoria, all of you. The problem. Which problem? Mara, you're getting it, lady. Okay. Ask what the problem. Okay. So this is pretty good. I'm going to do you one better, ladies. I'm going to do you one better. But you want to solve a problem that they have. That is true. However, how do you choose the problem? How do you choose the problem that you are really good at solving? Because let's say that they say, oh, I have trouble with my relationship and And I want to sleep on my side of the bed and I can't stand, sleeping close to the other person, let's say. And you have the same problem. You never did fix it. And you just got divorced and said, screw it, right? So I don't know that that's a problem you'd be really good at solving. But then they say, oh, I have trouble with my hair thinning. I'm so stressed. And you go, oh, that's a problem I solve for myself. I know how to fix that problem. Okay. So if you are thinking of yourself as someone who has solved a problem for yourself in your business with your product or your business, what is the easiest problem that you could get really good at that you could offer to fix for people as if you were a doctor? Okay. It doesn't have to, it can be related to the money as well. If a guy specializes or a woman specializes in medical school in eyes, when they put the sign on the door, what's the problem they say they can help with? What is it? Eyes. If there's a heart doctor, what does he say he can help with? Eyes or heart issues. And why? He specializes in that. He got really good at it. And maybe his family had heart issues, and that's why he became a heart doctor. So can you see the idea that if you solve a problem for you, that might be something that you could say with confidence you might be able to help somebody else with, as if you were a doctor. Yes. Once you see this, everything changes from dark clouds to no clouds. It's right here. This is the heart of the watermelon. This is the heart of business. Steve Jobs built that computer because they wanted it for themselves. They wanted to think faster and do better. They didn't ask the world, what's your issue? No. Our issue is we need to think faster. So he told Wozniak, figure out how to make this work. Somebody else said, well, we need a screen. Do you know their first computer didn't even have a screen? They just ticked it out like a ticker tape, like the thermal paper. And somebody said they have to have a screen. Oh, yeah, right, because then we can see it better too. And we need a mouse, something to move the thing around. And bit by bit, they built it for themselves. They solved their own problem. And then they said, this is what we know how to do. Now we can do this. Do you want it? Who wants it? And who came? People who wanted to think faster and leverage. Do you see what I mean? And just keep this in your mind. You're much better than you think you are. You're way smarter than they give you credit for. And this distinction right here, if you keep this in your heart and in your mind, will take you anywhere you want to go in any business. Just you got to get good at something yourself. And your own success is a marvelous, marvelous way to do that. Does that make sense? Let's say people have a health problem. People have money problems. They have relationship problems. You don't need to offer all of this. I'm just saying these are the kinds of problems that people have. And what do? They buy a fix. They buy a fix for the product to make it go away. I'm bored. Let me sign up for Netflix. What is it? $20 a month now? $25 a month? So you can watch 100 movies. In fact, I watched a movie called, it's like 20 of them, 20 of these, what do you call them, series. It's called, if you like Korean stuff in different time zones, from 200 years ago versus today, it's called Mr. Queen. And it's a guy who comes back in a queen's body from 300 years today, back then. And it's just hilarious. So, but I have it because I just got Netflix last year for the first time ever. And I thought, well, let's see if I like wasting my time. And then I realized there's a lot of cool stuff on Netflix that's very educational and funny. But what did I do? I got Netflix, so I don't even have to go anywhere. I just turn it on and get one of these movies whenever I want to do that. Okay. So people do that. Business exists to solve a problem that people will pay for. And it's a problem that you have an interest in providing the solution for because you know about it and you care about it. That's why I sold the water filters. I couldn't imagine anybody drink the caca out of the faucet, especially not women who spend hundreds of dollars per month on their facial creams. What are you, nuts? You're going to put this caca that's straight bleach onto your face and hair every single day, and then you spend $500 a month at the facialist? You are nuts. Why would you do that? So I sold more water filters than anybody ever in the history of that company in my first 3 months, 4 months. They called up and said, "Oh, Kim, you sold so many water filters." I said, "Well, isn't that what we're supposed to do?" I didn't even know to sponsor people then. Well, nobody ever sold so much before. I went to Memphis or New Orleans, I forget where, to give a talk at the national convention about how we sold so many filters. And I told that story because it mattered to me. That's why. If people want to drink the cock out of the faucet, be my guest, expect to look ancient by the time you're 40. How can you not? It's bleach on all of you. Can you see that? So that's who we were looking for, buyers to solve their problem. All right. How are we going to find the buyers? Here's how you're going to do this. Some of you want to know, how do I know who's got our problem, right? And here's how we're going to do this. People, all of us as humans, are actively looking online. We go searching down Facebook or searching down the Google, searching down whatever social media we are using. And we're always having in the back of our mind things that we're looking for. Like the other day, I know that I want to teach people how to build an Instagram group and a Facebook group. And I came across a program that shows people how to create content in these groups. It's like, I'm going to teach this in my buyer factory. All of my students want to know, how do you build a group? Never mind being a guest in somebody's group. Screw that. Build your own group so you can be the boss of the group, people that have the issues that you know how to solve. How many of you would like to know how to do that? Build a group because you've got a message that can help people. Let me see. Does anybody care about that? Maybe just me.
Oh, yes.
I mean, hello. I mean, why should you beg to get into somebody else's group? Build your own. And I don't mean if your distributors, your sideline. No, no, no. People that have the problem, they want to have a business of their own, but they don't want to go to their friends and family. Or people who want to get off the pain pills, but they don't want to take new pain pills. They don't want any pain pills at all. You see, that's what we're looking to do. If you have a big group of people who are talking about that, some of them are going to say yes, okay? Because your business solves a problem. For all of you, does your business or product, has it solved a problem for you or for people around you? So tell me yes or no. Yes or no, yes or no, because otherwise you're cooked. You can't do anything. Yeah, okay, good. Remember this, business exists to solve a problem people will pay for. So what are you putting out there? The problem that you know how to solve. And I want to show you how to do that. Okay, I know you've given me some of these things. Do you think there are other people out there who have the problem that your business is solving or your product that would like to still get it solved? Let's say that you sell a product that helps with thinning hair because it helps to grow your hair back. Let's say, and it's happened for you. Would you say there are people out there who are having their hair thin and they'd like to take something to get it thicker so they look younger again? Yes or no? Every one of you that is in a business now or is taking a product that is helping you, it is helping you solve a certain problem. And I'm here to tell you that unless it's really, really crazy, strange, there will be thousands of people that we can lay our hands on to say, have you got this problem? And they're going to say, me, I have that problem. I'm still looking to solve it. Can you picture that? Can you picture that happening? Because that is what we're going to show you how to do. Only those people who worry about the thinning hair. Why? Because you're the thinning hair specialist. That's why. You're the one who knows how to do stem cell activation without injection. Really? I never heard of that. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. But what if it works? Okay, so that's who we're looking for. All right. They want to get rid of the same problem and they show they have the same values. That's really important. Like a lot of people want to do drugs. I don't want to do drugs. So I talked to my sister and said, she was having some cataract issues and I told her, well, I got last year, I went to get an eye exam and I got that. She said, one of your eyes is starting to get some cataract stuff. And then of course she sent the surgical thing, like you can go and get a surgery for, I don't know, 22 grand or something to do something to your retina, I think, for people who know. And I thought, well, okay, let me see what else I can do. And do I have anything like a stem cell activation type of thing? Can I, at this point in my life, still get some of these little stem cells to reproduce enough to fix my eye from the inside out, right? What do you guys think? Did I have the surgery or not? Am I looking for alternatives? Alternative ways to try to figure out how to make the cataract thing go in reverse? Do I believe that those things can be reversed? Yes. Damn right, no surgery. Yes, yes. And it's almost gone. It's almost completely gone now. And my sister says, well, did you go back to the eye doctor and check? And I said, no, and I'll tell you what, why don't you go and have your surgery? Don't even worry about it. I love you anyway. Happy New Year. Hasta la vista. You know? Yeah, right? It's like, and you can't guarantee it. But my beliefs are, if you don't need surgery, don't have it. I've never had surgery. I've never been in a hospital my whole life except to visit people. Never. And now I would absolutely die on the street before I would ever set foot in one, given what I know they do in there now. Because it's all out in the open. It's not safe. All right. So how do you know who's got the problem? You ask. And the way you do this, if it's one-on-one, of course, you talk to who you're talking to. But in advertising, you ask in your ads and your posts and in your templates and everything you put out, you're asking, are you this person? Is this something that matters to you? You know, are you getting cataracts and you'd like to think maybe is there some other way to do it? If there even is another way, are you crazy enough to think there might be such a way? What have you done? Ask. And what do you say? If you want to know about this, say me. And you get 10 me's. And you have, say, 500 followers. So, you you didn't get 490 no's. You got 10 maybes. Isn't that what you want to do? Hello. Yoo-hoo. Your ads are ask. They're just ask engines. Engines of asking. Engines of asking. ENGINE. That is all it is. Why? Because you're attracting people who have those values. See the problem? With a certain value type to go with to solve it. Because a lot of people go to the surgery. And that's fine. You don't want those people. Okay. So, and you ask before you tell specifically what you have. Because that way you know if they're interested or not in the type of solution. Okay. You can ask one-on-one. One thing we're going to show you how to do is you can ask one-to-many. If you have to talk to 50 people to get one yes, pretend you do. That's very standard in sales and marketing. You talk to 50 people and you get one. Call leads and get one. That might take 30 minutes per person. By the time you call and then in between you drink water, you go pee, all that stuff, right? So that would be 25 hours worth of calling, probably over 5-6 days. If I can show you how to put 50 people in a room in one Zoom room, right? For example, here, that's one-on-one. Hello, Aunt Lulu. Hello, this is the neighbor. Oh, listen, here's my list. Is this so-and-so? Yep, one-on-one, making the calls or texting, right? But if you learn how to set up a Zoom room and you put 10 people in it, let's say 50 to make it easy, and you sell one, you've made one presentation, you make one sale. Versus talking to 50 people over 25 hours and making one sale. What would you rather do? What would you rather do? You want to keep going one-on-one forever? Or would you like to graduate and go one-to-many? Let me see in the group. Anybody? Who wants to graduate? Or you want to stay with the way you are? Yeah. This is leverage. You see, you don't need to go to Harvard for this. What happens is you call so many people, your tongue is swollen. I know mine used to be. Oh my God. Couldn't even talk. Hello? And no, I don't drink. So none of that. You want to graduate. And then I saw, oh, people did a webinar. Oh, and I went to the webinar. Not only that, I paid $2,000 at the end of the webinar. I paid the money. And there was nobody live even there. It's like, I just did that. I came to a webinar, watched it at my own time. I was on my phone or my computer. And it was like, I don't know, 9 years ago. And I bought from the online. I bought from the screen, at which time it was quite new, and hauled out my credit card and paid. It's like there were hundreds of people on there, and I'm sure dozens did it. And that's when I thought, well, if he can do that, maybe I can figure out how to do that. I want to do 20 people come, and then I never hear no. Why? I'm not even there anymore. I just recorded it. And then I might be there at the end or have somebody really good there at the end to help enroll the right people, like Vicki, treasure. You have somebody like that who we say no first all the time. Why? Because we don't want you in if you're going to be whiny and crybaby. And, if it's your last dollar, for sure don't come. Why? Because that burden is going to be part of your energy. And buyers don't like it and other people don't like it. So wait until you can calm yourself down and do other things to make that money until you can control where your energy is coming, because it'll project out and we'll all hear it and know it. All right. So you do one to many. Okay, does that make sense? Want to learn to do that? That way you're only talking to interested people. You don't even hear the no. We specialize in saying no. I did the first time when I had all these people who said yes. They spent all this money and they were going to help me change the world from caca water to clean water. And I thought, this is so hot. And it's so cool. And then they all quit on me. And I didn't worry about the money. Nobody had any refunds, but the idea that my disciples in this mission were so weak and I don't even know how to describe it, so flimsy. One person says no. It's like Jesus didn't get anybody that he talked to except 12. And one of them was a pukey type. So how can you be so dumb not to know that most people aren't the right ones? What did he say? Go 2 by 2. Go to every village 2 by 2 and what? Tell the story. Let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you why I'm doing this. Let me tell you why it's important to me. Let me tell you why you shouldn't be drinking the caca water. I want to show you how to get rid of all the caca water in your town so nobody's hair falls out, your skin doesn't get crappy, you don't have constipation anymore, blah, 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 all that stuff. You want to learn how to do that, or you want to stay the way you are? Some are going to say, I want to stay the way I am. Or we're going to say, hasta la vista. And what did Jesus say? If they don't respond, leave. And don't forget to kick the crap off your sandals on the way out. Why? So you don't catch the cooties. What cooties? The negative Nelly cooties. Have you got that? You're looking for those, so you call for the ones. Jesus got so good at it. You know what his recruiting routine was, which would be really cool if we could do this. Maybe someday we'll be this good. Those of you who know the Bible, what did Jesus say to people after he got sick of all the stories and all the crap? What did he finally just say? He said 2 words to recruit them. Anybody know? Not you, Vic. Anybody know? Any Bible people here? Oh, really? A bunch of atheists. All right, good. No problem. Do you want to know or not? You want to know or you not want to know? Follow me. What he said. Follow me. 2 words. I will teach you to be fishers of men. That's what you're going to do right here. Fishers of men. Not take anyone who can fog a mirror. No, we're going to teach you how to become fishers of men and women. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here's the Branson method. This is the last story, and you'll see. This is how we are going to teach you to do business. So tune in. Richard Branson founded something called Virgin Atlantic Airlines. It's one of the biggest airlines in the world. And almost nobody knows the real story about how this happened. So I'm going to tell it to you. He says how Virgin Airlines got started. It was a frustrating night at Puerto Rico at the Puerto Rico airport. This is 28 years ago. I was supposed to catch a flight to the British Virgin Islands, but due to mechanical troubles, the flight was canceled. I was incredibly intent on getting to my destination as I had plans that I could not afford to postpone. It was at this moment of frustration I had a light bulb moment. I thought to myself, why not charter my own plane? It was a crazy idea, but it seemed like the only viable solution at the time. So I went to the back of the airport, found a chartered plane that was available, negotiated a deal with the pilot to take me and a bunch of other stranded passengers to the British Virgin Islands for a reasonable fee. You with me? Yeah. With a plan in place, I walked back into the airport, stood on the chair, and looked over from the payphone area to all the other stranded passengers, and I announced, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I have chartered a plane to take us to the British Virgin Islands. The cost will be $39 per person. If you're interested, please come over and let me know." To my delight, a bunch of passengers came over and we quickly filled up the seats on the chartered plane. I collected the money and we all boarded the plane, relieved to be finally on our way to our destination. As we took off, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. Not only had I solved my own problem, but I also had helped a bunch of other people who were in the same situation. It was at this moment that the idea for the Virgin Airlines was born. I thought to myself, if I can charter a plane and solve a problem for myself and for a bunch of stranded passengers, why not start my own airline and solve problems for passengers all over the world? You see that? And that's exactly what I did. He said, when I got back to England, I started working on creating my own airline. My own airline. That's what he said. Virgin Atlantic. It wasn't easy, and there were many challenges along the way. It took him like 5 to 10 years to get it to where it's now totally perfect. Just like Elon, it took him 5 to 10 years to get those rockets going. But now, last year they had 96 launches. 96. The government had one, who has hundreds of times more money. You see? So it wasn't easy. There were many challenges along the way, but solving my own problem at the Puerto Rico airport gave me the confidence and determination to make it happen. Okay? So this is the key for you. You want to solve a problem for yourself first with your business or your product. You all see that? Let me see yes. Make sure yes, you have that. You see how that works? Yes, this is the key. This is totally the key to it. Because once you see that, that is the problem he then made a business around. He built the business around the problem he solved for himself first, and then for all these other people. You see that? So you think about what's the problem that, not any problem that they have in the world, because he doesn't solve people's marital problems. He says, hey, you want to ride on a plane? The British Virgin Islands? I got this for you, right? You see how that works? Yeah, it's totally essential. So let me give you the 3 steps that he has. Number 1 is at the bottom of this page. To build a business, big and strong, where money's coming in regularly because you have so many monthly customers coming in and a few reps that bring in customers. Solve a problem of your own, like he was stranded at the airport. It might be a weight problem, a money problem, a hair problem, anything you solve for yourself with your product or your business. 2, find people with the same problem. How do we know? Ask. All the ads are ask, 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 ask. We tell a story, say, hey, click here if this interests you. Look at the ads like that. Remember, some people have what they call corns or bunions or something. And the ad years ago, I think I was like 10 years old, they would say, got corns? You know, do this in the newspaper ads. What was that? Do you have this problem? Do you have corns? Because, you couldn't say, did you have hemorrhoids? Because people never could talk about any private part. That would be totally gross, right? Or do you have a cataract? Do you have thinning hair? Do you have headaches? If you want, click here. And then they click and what do they see? I don't know, Anacin or whatever it used to be. Do you see that? This is what you want to do. Not, hey, mom, do me a favor. Please buy my product. She doesn't even know what it is. You don't even know if she has a problem or cares. Do you see that? All right, cool. Let's get to the show. And if you had a buyer factory, we have a program called the Buyer Factory. And I looked today, Vic, and we have 3 spots left where we only want 20 people in there. And we have 17 as of this afternoon. So that's what we're offering you here. Not very many spots, but if you want one, you can. This is what we're going to teach you how to do over January and February, maybe a little bit of March. Okay. So it's people who are seeking already the fix that you have. Think of Branson. When he came back and said, guess what? I got a chartered plane. We don't have to sit here for 3 days and wait for a new plane. He was solving a problem that they all had right there with him. You see that? They already had it. He didn't have to sell them on a ride. They had the problem. This is the key. So you don't do less work. People that already are seeking the fix, they already have thinning hair. They already have this. They already have that problem. Okay. Like he did that night in Puerto Rico. All stuck and unhappy. Here he comes with a way out. Okay. By the way, did they ask him, shall we make friends before we get on this plane with you? Yes or no? Should they start a relationship with him first? Let's wait now for a while. What do you think about that? Does that now not look to you utterly ridiculous? let's stop. Now, wait, let's talk about no, let's talk about your wife and are you a Christian man? And hello, I want to place on that plane, get my butt in one of those seats. And people were screaming, giving him his $39 so they could be one of the people to get on that plane. Do you think they said, oh, wait, what is the plane made of? What is the science behind it? What is the technology? How many motors does it have? And what is kind of seat fabric does it have? Hello? And look what they making you do. It's absurd. And you know why? Because they don't realize that if you have solved the problem with the product that you've got, that is what people, that is your business offer. How do you know it worked? Well, I did it for me. Mike Dillard, he's a wonderful guy. I'm in a class of his, and years ago he had a big traffic, how to get traffic and blah, 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 blah. And he had done, like, I don't know, almost $25 million worth of business from his initial network marketing efforts that he had done. And somebody said, well, how do I know it's going to work for me? And he said, well, of course, I don't know if it's going to work for you because I don't know what you're going to do. You may not do anything, but let me tell you why I'm offering it. It worked for me. And I was somebody who was a waiter and used to go on my bike and put handouts on telephone poles every night for 4 years, and I never got anybody. And now have become the #1 distributor in my company, learning how to ask for people. And I'm offering it because it worked for me. And that's what gave him the confidence. Do you see that? Nobody can take your confidence away about what happened to you, no matter what they say. Yeah. Mention how to get traffic. You're going to learn how to, #1, we're going to make very good use of your warm market. And then we're going to show you how to market online on Facebook and Instagram with postings that you have. And then we'll show you how to create a group and set up a group and make your content interesting and attractive enough to whom? To people who have the problem that you know how to solve, so that they come into a group. Very much like I have a Facebook group called Advisors Have More Fun. And so that is, who did you mention how to get Facebook traffic? Oh, the guy who did the Mike Dillard. Oh, look him up. Oh, he's a gift. He's a gift to our industry. That's what he is. That's what I can tell you about him. Probably one of the most honorable and the most successful and the least hypey and the most giving person. I've known him 25 years. So yeah, Mike Dillard is his name. So they all had a problem. He came up with a solution. They all bought. Everybody bought. That could get on that plane for Dillard. Yeah, for Richard Branson. We good? Isn't that what we want? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I wanted to show you that there are things that you can do. We created a brand new program called the Buyer Factory to help you market in this way. Who would like to see it so that you can see what you might be able to do if you're lucky enough to get one of our 3 spots? Yeah. Hey, Dale, I haven't seen you in quite a while. Dale, reset your thingy, would you? Mr. Dale, I know you. Set your, where you chat in there, set it for, instead of hosts and panelists, set it for everyone. You know how you're typing in there to me now? I'm the only one who can read it. So change that to everyone. You see that? Just go on and change it. Yeah, because everybody wants to see what you're saying, buddy. Okay, so we have that. Yep. Okay, so let me give you an example of how you can post. Way to go, Dale. Dale's a good one. And I believe that he also may be a dot person, Vic. So if we have to save a space for somebody, if Dale is one of the ones who wants to get in here, just know that he's been a long time customer, Vic. I'm just telling you that. Okay, they wanted to write in, boom. Okay, so let me show you some examples of ways that I have asked that have brought us a lot of customers for our network marketing coaching business, as well as our network marketing business. You want to see a couple before I show you the program? Yes or no? Just tell me yes or no. It doesn't matter to me. I can do it or not do it. Yeah, I don't want to force you. I know some of you guys just want to buy. I know. I got it. I know. I saw. Okay. So here is a question that I put out. This was a year ago or so. Is it really possible to build, notice, ask, is it really possible to build a business in 45 minutes per day? Who am I asking for? Who is going to answer this ad? Is it really possible this is a post, right? Is it really possible to build a network marketing business in 45 minutes per day? Say yes or no, or click here or go here if you want to know. Who would want to know that? Who am I looking for? Yeah. Marva, you're a very smart lady. I believe you're in this program already. If you got one of the few spots. Huh? Yes. Somebody who wants to maximize their time. That is exactly who I want. Right? Do they all buy? No, but in the first, I think in 2 days, we sold 100 spots for a program that was $1 a day to show people how to build a business in 45 minutes a day. And of the 45-minute a day information that they got, 30 minutes had nothing to do with what to say to anyone. We did some other magic stuff in there. It's like, oh man, give me that. Here's another one. Is duplication, ask again, is duplication killing your business growth? Some people will say, I cannot duplicate. So again, I'm asking, do you have this problem? This is a way of asking that. Do you see that? Is your hair thinning because you're stressed out of your mind because you have relatives over in the Ukraine and a friend of yours died in Israel, or your neighborhood's crashing down and blah blah blah, you're afraid to walk up and down the street at night? Is this you? Would you like another way without having to move to Montana? Right? You're calling those people. This is what you need. This is the skill you want to learn to get. Okay. Now, what if somebody says, so Victoria, what do you do? Or Dorothy, what do you do? Vic, what do you do? You could say, oh, I represent Shaklee. Now, of course, that isn't any good, right? Think Richard Branson here. What's he going to say? What do you do? Let's say that you say, well, I have a business right off. What do you do? Oh, I have a business, and it helps people looking to get into shape. Do you think anybody's going to say, oh my God, it's one of those people doing one of those things? Let's run. Yes or no? You're going to say that? Yes or no? Our business helps people looking to get into shape. Right? That's what we do. What do? You know what people say? Wait, how do you do that? We help people get into shape without rabbit food and without having to go to the gym 3 times a day. That's what we do. What do you do? Oh, okay. Or our business helps people looking to get off daily pain meds, but they still want to get rid of the pain, but they just don't want to do meds. See how that works? You see that? And so what do you do? Oh, wait, my aunt has, you see? And it's the questions are embedded right in here. Is this you? Do you know anyone like this? We help people who have this problem, that issue. That's what we're doing, okay? And the guy runs a gym, okay? Are we good? Make sense? And what if they say, yes, yeah, me. Oh, I want that. Then what you need is a series of diagnostic procedure we have. I have a little diagnostic process with questions that you ask so that you know at the end whether or not they should go into the enrollment cycle. Because the reason Vicki enrolls 8 out of 10 is not because she has to hammer on them and hammer on them and hammer on them and hammer on them. They are already of like mind. They have acknowledged they have the problem. They want this sort of a solution, a non-drug solution, let's say. Or they want a solution like this. You want to learn how to lead with the problem that you can solve, so only those people come to you. Like you want to do the Richard Branson approach. That's what we're offering you here. You see how that works? So, Vic, what happened to you? I mean, you are enrolling 8 out of 10 people now into anything we have. What was it like before?
Before, it was hard to pick up the phone to call that person back because you didn't know what you were going to get on the other end. And then you would spend too much time trying to fix the person, or I was at that time, and basically using a lot of what you called and termed technobabble. I was trying to educate them and use weird language and trying to fix them. So I don't do that anymore. It was very frustrating. And created a confidence leak for me.
Yeah.
Instead of feeling competent, I just lost my confidence. I didn't want to do it anymore. And then when I came across this way, oh my God, they were people that were my people. They had the same values, the same issue. And so they were going, oh my gosh, what is this? I want to know how to enroll. I want to know how to get it. And I didn't ask for credit cards. I still don't ask for credit cards. People give me their credit card to enroll. And so the values are same or similar. So this tool just turned my life around, really turned it from flopping to, to growth. And self-esteem is back. So that's what's cool about it. It's a time saver as well, Kim. It's not just the tool, it actually saves time. So you can do things that you like doing still instead of just burning the candle at both ends. It's
Right.
really,
Right. Exactly. All right. So this is our basic business philosophy, that your business exists to solve problems people will pay for, and you have to decide which one you're going to offer, like an eye doctor or heart doctor or whatever. Okay. And so you can take this information, those of you, because this is the end of the main show. I wanted to show you these things, and restart your business and try to do it on your own. Some people try that. That's totally fine. And we also have a program, something new that we're doing. We have, I think, 3 spots left. I'd mentioned that already. And if you'd like to see, if you want some help with doing this, so that we can kind of step through it together over the first couple of months of 2024, so you can build and get your automatic machinery running so that people are buying the product who are looking to solve the problem that you can solve. Would you like to see how that might work? Let me see. You tell me yes, and I'll show it to you. Okay.
yeah, yes.
Okay. So that's the business that we are in, and we've got something pretty crazy new. It's called the Buyer Factory. Called the Buyer Factory, and here is what you're going to learn during that period. There's a members area for it right now. So the people that are in already are in there, and there are some items in there for them right now to get started. And I'll show you those in the end, in just a few minutes here. But the course itself is going to show you how to pick your buyers out of a crowd. You got to know how to do that by throwing out the question so that the ones who say yes say me. That's the philosophy, right? And how to attract them to you versus all the other people that are out there. A lot of people have, I don't know how many of you are in a position where you had a job and now you have been laid off. Is there anybody here like that? Or your job is so bad, the company went out of business, and you either don't have a job or you don't want the job anymore. Is there anybody like that? Anybody like that here in the group today?
Yeah, there's a
Okay, you
lot
lost
of,
your private practices, right? That's one of them, right? Many people, and one of the things I have learned, and I'll show you in this group how to do it in the class, because I'm going to be doing it myself, is that there are apparently hundreds of thousands of people that have lost their jobs in tech. Facebook laid off, Stripe laid off, all these companies laying off people. And many of them, well, let's say if there's 100,000 people that were laid off, there might be 10%, which is 10,000, that are looking to figure out, how can I make some money on my own? Well, are they not our prospects? Yes or no? People who are saying, have you been laid off? Or you cannot stand your job, or you lost your private practice and you're looking for something to do where you do not have to, remember my language, Vic, I'm going to be running these ads, where you do not have to create your own product. You do not have to create your own coaching course, but you can kind of buy a business in a box and market something that you like to people and make some money on your own without ever having to go back to a job. Do you know of those 10,000 people? Probably 200 would respond and say, yeah. And of those, if 20 of them signed up, you'd have 20 new people in a week. Hello. Because you're fishing in a pond and throwing out the kind of bait that, do people get this here? Dale, Victoria, Marv, all you, do you see what's happening here? That is a very interesting dilemma. It's a very interesting dilemma that we have thousands of people that are losing jobs, and there are more to come. If you read any of the financial news, the layoffs coming in 2024 are very big. And I don't mean service jobs like waiters and waitresses. I mean professional people, because the companies are shrinking. They expanded too fast. So how to attract the people to you versus all the other people out there that are trying to get them. How to make them want to give you the credit card. Yeah, it's very scary. That's why you have to have something of your own. And you can invest in stocks, but what if they go down? So take something where you can make a difference and get good at it so that you are the respected, credible one, helping people even with one problem. You can make an incredible amount of money. The more narrow you are in your focus, the better it is. Okay. How to help them enroll to make the change that they wanted. We think, they enrolled, so we make money. No, that's true. But the first thing should be, now, if we enroll them, how do we make sure you got your product, make sure you get into the members area, make sure you do this and that and the other. I mean, those of you that are already in the Buyer Factory, you've gotten a couple of emails already. Did you get in there, write the book, get started here so that you're ready for January 5 when the first lesson comes? Right? Some of you that are in there that are here right now, you know that. So you help them enroll to make the change that they wanted, because that's what brings back buyers and referrals for which you pay nothing. See? Okay. Help them get a system to help them attract their buyers. You're going to teach them the steps that we are teaching you here so that when your people come in, they can help you grow your business by having a system to follow, like what we've got here with Richard Branson. So how much is it? Well, it's not one of these $100,000 programs or $50,000 programs, which are, Russell Brunson charges $250,000 a year for his category kings. And he has like 30 or 40 people in it. And most of them had to borrow to pay him. Now, why did they do that? Why did they do that? It's because they figure, if I borrow that money and I can make 10 times the investment, which is what you do. That's why business borrows. Why? Business borrows money to multiply. You go to the Stanford Business School, any business school, you look at business models. Elon, he borrowed 90% of the money to buy Twitter, now X. 44 billion, he borrowed 40 billion. Why? I say, he didn't have it. Nobody has enough money to do their business. It's a business. It's not a personal expense. You're not buying like a car that's going to depreciate 30% the minute you drive it off the lot, except a Cybertruck that probably will increase in value. But the typical car, right? You're not buying video games. You're not buying giant screen televisions. You're investing into your business, and the purpose of a loan or a credit card that you put it on, it only exists if you believe that the money you're spending, as I don't spend any money on any business thing unless I believe that I can multiply that by at least 10 during the next year. So you borrow money to multiply the money that you're earning with the impact that you're going to learn to have to bring the right people to you. Does everybody understand that? Tell me yes. So, but anyway, it's not 50,000. Okay. And it can be uncle, can be a rich uncle. It can be somebody else's credit card. There are all kinds of ways to do it. It's not 25,000 either. And it's not like our six-figure advisor, which is 15,000. So let me tell you what it is. The general public is going to be paying $19.97 for the program. Okay. And what we have right now for the last 3 of you is this. We're going to have a founders program for $9.97. $9.97. That's the founders program for the Buyer Factory. Okay. And here are the benefits of the founders program and why we're doing it. I'll tell you right now why we're doing it. Founders, first of all, get the special price of $9.97, and you get to be called your founder, a Buyer Factory founder, which will be, at one point be worth a lot of status. You'll see. It's like being a founding member of Tesla. Once something takes off, everybody wants to have done that back then, but you get the chance right now. In addition, founders are the only ones that we're going to let be ambassadors. So when you become a founder, you get to be an ambassador, which is like an affiliate for the Buyer Factory program when it's ready for the public, which will be sometime in March or April, after the founders version is done. Okay. And that means that if you refer a buyer, you can earn between $500 and $900 per sale. You see that there? Who wants to be a founder? Who wants to be an ambassador? Let me see here. Who wants to do that? Who can picture themselves being a founder member? Who can picture themselves being, an ambassador for a program like this and help other people who are completely stuck? Yeah, completely stuck. Can't do it because they're talking to everybody like they all want to buy it. And we know better than that, right? We totally know better than that. Yeah. Ambassadors, calling ambassadors and founders for the last 3 spots. Now, the founders also get personal feedback from me during regular group calls. The way this is going to work, one of the things we've learned over the years, or certainly I have learned, is I used to do all my classes live. I love live. However, people always ask questions, and then the other students would get mad because the people were asking questions. So the way it's going to work this time is I will put out content a couple of times a week, let you know, here it is, right in the members area. So you can go through it. It'll be between 10 and 25-minute pieces, never longer than that, with steps that you can do so that you can implement it right away. Because remember, we're building an empire. We're setting you up so that you can call out the problem with the message that you have. Because I'll tell you, Instagram, Facebook, all of the social media, what it does, it amplifies your message. Do you understand? It amplifies it. But if you do not have a message because you don't know who you help, because you can't figure it out yet, you're supposed to, your head is so full of what they told you, everybody will want this, that you're half crazy. And when you open your mouth, what comes out is, oh my God, everybody wants this. And then the other people all run away. And you don't realize it even came out of your mouth until you listen to it and you go, oh my God, I said that. Because that's what's in your head. So a lot of it will be, you get to practice. It's what I call getting on the court, on the tennis court, to practice hitting the ball, to practice serving the ball, and to hit it back. Because somebody's going to give it to you, and you're going to have to practice your backhand, your forehand, your net game. Do you understand all the kinds of answers you get back? You learn how to work with them so that you end up only with the ones who are the right ones. And the ones who are not the right ones, it's like water off a duck's back because you've already forgotten about them, or you sent them to a different place for what they need. Do you see that? Okay. And so what's going to happen is I'll have a couple of live events per month, and anyone who comes during that time can ask me, okay, I'm on session 3 and here's what we're doing. Here's what happened. What can I do? And I will help you right there on the spot with that. Okay. So you'll never have to miss a class. You never have to worry about scheduling anything. Just come to the calls and I'll help you right then and there. Fix it. Number 3, the founder members end tomorrow night at midnight. Yes, so that's the way we're going to have that available. So would you like to see the order page link? Yeah, because in fact, I think somebody's registering right now. So we just want to limit it to 20 people because that way we can really go fast and help every person and improve the program so that when it's ready, and I'm not going to be doing these live calls like this and helping people personally, we will have built everything in. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's going to come from all of us working together. So I rarely do the courses like this, but this is quite a different situation and it's quite a different time. And I'm also learning many new things myself, how to build, like I've built up an email list, but now I want to build up an Instagram. In fact, I just signed up for TikTok because there are ways to do that and test it. And if I'm not testing, I won't be able to give you, look, here's what works in TikTok and here's what doesn't. And you're going to learn to be testers. How many people here agree that if you want to become a champion tennis player and you want to play at Wimbledon, let's say, that you are going to have to practice more than an hour a day to be that good? What do you think? Yes or no? You want to be a champion. Well, how many hours do you think it takes for somebody to get to Wimbledon to play tennis? How many hours a day and for how many years? What do you think? How many hours a day? Let me see. Put a number in there. Marva, what's your number? Put a number. 5 years? Is that what you said? Or 5 hours a day? 5 hours a day. And for how long do you think they should have to do that? You think 1 year will do it? And they'll be at Wimbledon? 1 year? 2 years? Several years? Try 10, try 12 years. Most of the people that are playing at that level have been playing since they're 4 or 5 years old. And now they're 20, 18, 19, 20. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, the bodybuilder, he started doing bodybuilding, I think when he was 13 or 14. And when he was 6 hours every day. And people would meet him at the gym. In fact, when I lived in Venice and on the beach in California, I lived there for 3 years, right on the water. And when I went walking, I would often pass his club where he used to work out, or Schwarzenegger. And they would say that he used to be there 5 or 6 hours every single day when he was working to get Mr. Universe. And somebody would say, why are you doing all these push-ups? And you're here all the time. And he said, you know, every push-ups get me closer to my goal. And he would say, what's the goal? To be Mr. Universe. Every repetition gets you closer to your goal if you learn a little bit from it and adjust it the next time. So the more repetitions you make, the more you will perfect your swing, your stance, your attitude, your hips, your feet, your shoes, your core, all the responses to all the people that are going to say, oh, I don't know, oh, yes, no, whatever, all these different things. That's what you need to practice. So pretend that you're going to give yourself at least 1 year, and I'll be with you for the first couple of months, and the program will stay put forever, so you're not going to lose it. So you're constantly practicing so that no backhand gets by you anymore. So somebody says, well, I would if this, but you will never hear that anymore. Why? Because I'm going to show you how to ask for people on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it matter? How urgent is it? And if they're not a 10, you're not going to talk anymore. Who understands this? Do you want to talk to a 9? We used to think that, you know, right? Oh, let's talk to a 9. And every 9, you know what happened with every 9? Oh, I'm a 9. I really want it. But my husband, he won't give me the money. Or my wife, she won't let me do network marketing. So now we learned we're not going to talk to anybody except what number, Dale? What number are we going to talk to? Yes, it's a forever program. You're going to have access to it forever. And I can tell you that I probably will never do it again. And the reason is, I think that our industry, if I can, you know, we get a few hundred people through our programs who are leaders of the next generation, and they'll be able to pass this on. And that makes a very, very big difference. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But in terms of access, you're going to have it forever. What I will do, and now that I think of it, and you can, you know, think, should I even tell you? But I will do this unless something happens to me, of course. But I will be adding new things to the program, like new ways to build an Instagram group, or new ways to build a Facebook group or an email list. And then show you, one of the things we'll show you how to do on the one-to-many is learn how to do a Zoom. And we'll show you exactly how to do this. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it's a training program. People can come in. So when you get the program, if you want somebody else to have the program, then they buy the program too. It's kind of like going to the doctor to get your exam. If you want a friend to come in and get the exam, their friend is going to pay separately for the exam because it's kind of a separate situation. Does that make sense? Yeah. And you can get the replay too, Gaia, if there's still space left at the end of today. I'm not sure that there will be. Okay, so for those of you that are thinking about taking these last spots, can you tell me if the link opens? So Dale, can you just tell me if it opens or not? Yes, it will work as an affiliate. In fact, the only affiliates we will have are the people who are in this founders program. Nobody else can even be an affiliate. The link opens. Okay, so what about you, Dale? Does the link open for you? You'd learn how to do this with your dot business. Is the program forever? Yes, it is forever. And it opens for you. Okay. Victoria, you said yes, it opens. Okay, good. Any questions? Do you have any questions for me or for Vicky? Let me know. And I'm right here, right now. The first formal class that you're going to get a recording of, because I make these every week right now, will be January 5. And when you enroll right now, the minute you get there, you do that, you will, good. Yeah, done. That's good. Now, when you get to the order page, some of you, it might be a little bit confusing because of the way the page is made. But if you click on the page and, so Dale, if you go to the bottom, at the top right, it says 1997, $1,997. See that? But so don't worry, go to the bottom on the left there where it says the blue continue. And the buyer factory should have a code there already pre-populated. It should be in there already for you. And if you then look at the bottom, you'll see where it says 997. Does that work for you? Dale, do you see it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're in the dot business, right? Dale, is that right? Oh, good. Yeah. All right, good. Okay, any questions from any of you? Shoot.
You have another.
Not yet. Okay. Well, when you talk to Vic at some point, after this, we can chat a little bit more.
You have
And
one
what
more
are the kind?
question,
Go ahead, Vic. Go ahead.
There's a question that says, just to get my brains around this is different than your other courses. Is that right?
Oh, yes. It's kind of like saying the iPhone 4 and now the iPhone 16. We always upgrade and learn better. And the more clear we can be about the philosophy is the same. I've always been my whole life about make the right people come to you. And now we can do this in spades by bringing groups of people to you, building your own Facebook group or building your own Instagram group of people that are in there because you have specialized in a certain problem, solving a certain problem. You have some credibility. This is what you want to do. And you demonstrate that you can do this. And we show you how to make certain kinds of posts on a regular basis for some credibility and for showing the solution to the problem, and build a community of people whose interest is around this issue. And as a matter of fact, there's a girl who has an Instagram group, and she's taking in about $1 million a year from her network marketing business through the Instagram group. And what her group, just to give you an example, is somebody, and she took a few years to build it. You don't do this tomorrow afternoon. You're on a mission here to build yourself up into somebody that is respected, has credibility, and loves helping people solve certain problems that you can solve with the products that you market right now, whether it's your coaching program or whether it's a network marketing product or the business itself. You get that right? You're developing yourself into that person. So it's going to be a growth program, because if you could do right now, make your 8,000 or 10,000 a month, you'd be doing it. But you have to become that person. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger did not become a big successful bodybuilder until 4 or 5 years after he did the workouts for 5 or 6 hours a day. You see that? Then he became somebody different. So you basically will all be becoming somebody a little different than you are right now. You're somebody who does what you say. You're somebody who won't say at the end of the day, I didn't do my 3 reach outs, so I'm not going to do anything, so I'm just going to let it go. You're going to be the person who does it, the person who's the example, the person who reaches out, the person who makes a career and a significant income helping people with a problem that you have solved for yourself, like Richard Branson did. He helped, 25 people at the Puerto Rico airport get to the British Virgin Islands, wherever they were going. And now he built a huge business, one of the top 10 airlines in the world. Don't you want to do that? Who here wants to do that? Do a Richard Branson with a problem that you know how to solve right now. Who wants to know how to do that? Let me see. Yeah, totally. Okay. Any other questions you see there, Vic? And if anybody wants to ask, let me know, because I can put you on live. What do you market, Mr. Dale, what do you mark it? Okay, is the order form working for everybody? Want to be sure that you've got it. Yes. Virginia, ask away. Ask away. Do you want me to put you on on speaker so you can talk? I don't mind doing that.
Yes,
Okay,
she
here.
does. She does want that.
Okay,
And
well, let me
Victoria wants in. I think somebody else took a spot already. So I think we have 2 left.
Okay, so let's see, Victoria. Let me find you, Chickie. Let's see. There we are. Allowed to talk. Okay. You can talk right now.
Okay, I unmuted. You can hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, girl. You go right ahead.
So, I have a problem serving friends and family. I've talked to them about too many things health-wise and thought I knew everything health-wise, for the last 50 years. And but I really want to support friends and family with this, patching technology with stem cell technology. But there's like will we talk in the training course? I mean, I'm going to be in it for sure. And will we talk about approaching or talking with people that we know in a way that really helps them to open
Yes,
instead of
that
close?
is one of the very first things we're going to do. And
Great,
you will be
thanks.
so surprised. You'll be so surprised. We have done this
Fantastic.
live for years, and it's just there's no hope for you if you don't know how to talk to these people. And years ago, I used to do a lot of live events, and one of these some years ago, we had like 4 or 5,000 people in this auditorium, and this was exactly the question that came up. Somebody said, "Well, I have people," and they said, "I would never buy any of that," and it's all rah, 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 because they had said the wrong things and blah blah blah. So we had phones set up and speaker set up. I said, okay, if you give me the person's name and number and what's your relationship to them, I'll call them and we'll give a new conversation. And I promise you, I will demonstrate to you how they're not going to hang up on me and they don't even know me. And so it's like, okay, so all these people started passing phone numbers to the front of the room because they wanted, and the name and the relationship, right? And they would give this to me and I would dial the number, and the whole room, 3,000, 4,000 people would hear this number ring, 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 ring. And I have the example with Vicky's mom. I just made it up, but it's an example very much like that. There were so many. And I say, hello. And I say, okay, great. This is, you don't know me, but my name is Kim and I am a friend of your daughter, Vicky. You know Vicky, right? Yes, I know Vicky. And say, and she wanted me to call you because she said she had something for people who were worried about their voice getting kind of funny when they get older. And they thought, is there any way that you can fix that without having to go to the doctor? Because she didn't want to waste the money on these doctors that always charge too much. So I'm just calling you to see if you know somebody who might like to know about something like that. And she goes, yes, actually, that might be me. You see? And it happens constantly. Why? Because you have to know, you need to fish and say, our business does this. And I know that you think it's really stupid, but it actually helped me do this. And I wonder if you know anyone that is really looking to get back in shape, but they just don't want to eat the rabbit food, or somebody who's looking to do this, but they really don't want to do that. And they really, is there something like that? Or was she crazy to tell me to call you? Should I just never have called you? And they all say, oh, well, let me think. And that's what happens always and forever, like the song, I love you, dun, 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 that one. It's always and forever. I have never missed, and it's not me. It's the languaging and the attitude and the spirit of, is this like a thing that would you know anything about, somebody who might have a problem like this, that they would want to have solved if they didn't have to do X, if they didn't have to do Y, if they didn't have to do this? Humans we are made to help, to try to contribute. But if you bang on, this is this thing, and she said you're going to want to buy this. You go, can I bring it over? And it's like click. You see? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. It works? So what happened? Did we lose the voice here?
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we have one, Victoria, I see you there. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, any other questions? This is great. I love questions like this. Yeah, I see you there.
Can I tell you about an interaction I had this morning?
Oh, totally.
I'd started talking to, I offered the patches to a man a couple of months ago that I don't know on Facebook because he talked about his back pain. He didn't know me from Adam. So, but then I bought something from him and went to pick it up yesterday. It was only $20 for my granddaughter. And it came up again very naturally and spontaneously. And then we've been messaging and he said, "Oh, I can't probably afford anything." And and then I said, "Yeah, isn't it great?" We still haven't talked money, but I said, "Yeah, isn't it great that it's not $7,000 or $10,000 for one injection, that you get to use a patch for the whole body?" And then his next response was, "I need this so badly." He said, "I'm in really rough shape and this, I really need to do this." So we're going to meet tomorrow.
Good. Yeah, that's a very good way to do to do the thing, where you actually talk about how it's not a $7,000 injection. And then one of the things we're going to teach you how to do is in all your businesses is take you shopping. Why don't we look and see what the options are, and then you can pick something that doesn't, totally wreck your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. Nice.
Yes, that's right. Well, that's one of the things, Gaia. The purpose of this is the Buyer Factory program is designed to help you learn how to automate the getting of buyers with learning what the problem is that you solve and what your messaging needs to be to get it out there to people, and then how to amplify that message on Facebook and Instagram. Yes. And contacting people that you know. That's the first place to go, is contacting people that you know. Hey, Denise Holmes, long time no see, lady. All right, good. Okay, Vic, you have folks. Right, any other questions for anyone that's here?
Thank you so much, Kim.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Totally, totally. Hope to see you in the class.
I'll be there.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to put my cell phone in just in case somebody wants to text or connect.
Yep, we can do that.
In fact, I'm in the US. I think, Gaia, you're in New Zealand or something because I saw you booked with me. But if you want to connect today, we can do that right after. I'll email you or text you or something, okay?
Well, why don't you, Gaia, put your text number in there so that you can both connect and see what comes of it. Does that sound good? Put your text in there. Just you can put it right there in the host and whatnot. Yo, Denise. Yep, we see you, girl. Gaia, yeah, no, we got that. Good.
I got it.
Good.
I'll connect with you
All right.
right after.
Any other questions from anybody? Dale, have you got yourself connected with Vicky if you need to talk to her? Do you have Dale? Because Dale, I know Dale's one of ours. Put your number in there, Dale, so that you can connect with Vic if you'd like to. But depends, you can always test it, test it on a small group, Marva. Copy written for Facebook. I believe you're a member of the Buyer Factory already. And so if you want to, yes, go ahead and look at the members area. And what I would do if I were you is read the book Duplication is a Myth. Find the parts in there that talk about writing copy like that. Yeah. And look there.
Where's Duplication is a Myth?
In the members area for you bought the Buyer Factory program, right? You got an email
Yes.
that said, here is the members area. Come here and log in. Did you get that?
Okay. I haven't completed registration yet. I'll be completing it today.
Okay, good. So, all right. So when you register, you'll get an email that says, welcome to the program. And here's how to log into the member area. So you'll have that. And when you see that, the email is going to say there are 3 items in there for you right now. One of them is the Duplication is a Myth book, because we just gave that to you. And that book that's in there, read that so you can see where the suggested ad copy is, and then you can compare it to your what the copy that you're going to put out there. Make sure that it's problem-based and that you're asking instead of telling. Yeah, that's what I would do. And then on the first group call that we have in January, you can tell me what the feedback is that you got, and you can see right away. Yeah. Yeah, the key is the problem and the ask, remember? And what is the what's the problem that you're focusing on with your Facebook posts that you want to do? I don't have time for the calls. What are you guys mostly in America? Yeah, because we have a couple of Aussies in there. I'm thinking about doing the calls Eastern Massachusetts. Yeah, I can do them anytime, but I'm thinking, and of course we record them, but probably the live calls will be at probably noon or between noon and 2 Eastern, because that allows the Europeans to come in. It doesn't allow the Aussies to come in unless they're really late, depends on what part of Australia, but probably between noon and 2 Eastern is what I'm thinking would be the live calls. Does that work? Right. Monday. Yeah, I wouldn't do a call on Monday. Monday's horrible. Everybody's recovering from the weekend. So I probably, most likely I would do these calls on a Wednesday, probably on a Wednesday, or maybe possibly a Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions or issues for anybody? Denise, it's good to see you, lady. All right. Well, connect with Vic if you want to be one of the last folks to get in. You know, we have a group. I'm doing a group session later on this afternoon, and we might do something tomorrow. It depends. And if you want to get yourself in so that you know you have a spot, if this resonates with you, then you want to think about coming into the program. If you want to earn significant income, like a few thousand more per month, think about this program. However, I can tell you this, you have to commit 8 to 10 hours a week to do this. Why? Because you have to practice that much to get good at communicating and to get good at knowing your message and communicating your message. And if you're not good at that, and if you don't practice, you won't get any better. So decide that you're going to be somebody who's going to become that person that has done 1,000 push-ups by the end of every month, in the form of having talked to 200 people, 300 people, maybe 20 at once, 30 at once, starting with one-on-one, including all your warm market, who I assure you, you will be surprised at their reaction, so that you can practice hitting the ball in the right space so that the other person goes, oh, this is perfect. And that takes skill and time. Remember, it took Elon 3-4 years to get his first rocket to work. But you see, once you do it, once you've got the skill, you have got a skill that you can make money selling anything, because you learned how to market. What's marketing? Calling the people who have the problem that you know how to solve, who are already looking for a solution in the way that you offer, like learning how to get rid of aches and pains without drugs, learning how to get your hair growing back, without having to, get scalp removal or whatever they do for that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? You will be a new person, a person who does what they say they're going to do, and who does the thing regardless, and has your own money coming in regardless. Your own money, because you've got your skills and your personal power to do it. We're looking for people who want to make that transformation. And that's what we can help. Denise, wonderful to see you, lady. All right. Are we good?
We're good.
All right. So I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully see a couple of you in the class. And thanks for coming. Vic, you got everything right?
You got it all. Thanks, you guys.
All
I'll
right,
be
girl.
talking to some of you. Bye.
Okay. See
Thanks,
ya.
Kim. Bye.